What's cracking, everybody? It's your man Black Knight here with this guy over yonder.
Igloo Soldier.
What up?
Guys?
Good to see everybody here. Well, whoever's here out of all of you
twos of listeners,
guys,
awesome.
Two of you, Mike, Crazy Gamer Live. Thank you guys for stopping in. I appreciate that. I had to go and host it onto my channel as well. So if you guys get a notification on Twitch on Black Knight's channel, this guy, it's all good because I'm hosting it, hopefully bringing in some of the viewers from my channel or other people looking at my channel. So appreciate that. Since there are more folks sub to your main stream, can you go live there, but all they see is a full screen directing them here? No. I have no way of doing that. I have no way of doing that. It is what it is, Mike. If people don't show up
for us, but
yeah. Sorry, I cut you off there.
That's all good. What's going on, Mustard Tiger?
Hosting it on Twitch, that's great, guys.
Yeah.
We honestly don't have like Streamlabs set up yet. Nothing. We totally pushed this show ahead because Igloo's going away for a little bit, for about a week and a half. So
that's right. Yeah.
Hopefully over the next little bit, we'll eventually get some of Streamlabs set up. We have donations set up, but that's literally about it. We haven't really gotten too much, guys.
Yeah.
It's just been crazy and chaotic.
Would you say we're alpha stage?
We are pre-alpha to alpha stage release right now.
Pre-alpha, yeah.
Much like some of the games we're going to talk about tonight.
Yeah.
But
we're gonna fine-tune it though. Things are gonna pick up.
They are gonna pick up.
So.
And that's the thing. Like when I started streaming on my channel, I really had nothing. I had nothing. I had no views. It was a grind. So the fact that we're starting off with some of you guys already gives us the leg up, and already gives us an advantage. So I really do appreciate that, guys. How do we do the double jump scare? Mike, that'll get figured out. That'll get figured out. We might do a jump scare. We might make it a little bit different. Maybe a different sounds, maybe a different amount. But we will, like I say, get all that stuff figured out, guys. Mustard Tiger, again, appreciate you showing up, bro. Appreciate that support, guys. Also with sponsorships, that won't be available till we hit at least 1,000 subs. Same as Super Chat.
Yeah.
And
We got work to do.
At least 4,000 watch time or view time hours, which is going to take a little while. So we're hoping maybe the Twitch end of it takes off a little more and we could do subscriptions and things through Twitch that way to help us, you know, get some funds and get the momentum going with the channel, advertising, things like that, because advertising, unfortunately, nowadays costs some money. So
yeah,
there we go, guys.
Yeah, we were a little late getting things going, I guess, on YouTube. Looking back,
yeah,
we didn't really have a choice. We didn't have the idea yet, but
no, and that's the thing. Yeah,
yeah.
But no, we got 7 people watching total between Twitch and YouTube. So appreciate everybody being here, Mike.
Lots of love in the chat.
Not to love with the kisses of the H2 Esports. You little crazy little schmuckums on the H2 Esports.
But don't get rid of the 7 we got. Come on now.
Yeah, I'm gonna scare them all away.
Yeah.
But no, we honestly appreciate it. Titanium Ranger, what's cracking, man? Good to see you guys. We will eventually add mods to the channel as well, but at this point, we're just gonna self-mod and figure it out on the fly, guys.
That's right.
As we get going. But I guess today's first subject, as listed on the intro, we are going to be talking about Islands of Nyne. There's not 9 islands. Nyne is spelled N-Y-N-E. There's actually only 3 islands. And we're going to talk a little bit about the game. Go into a trailer on it, I think, as well. We have one queued up. Sort of the pre-alpha trailer for Islands of Nyne. You guys have also seen me play some of that on my channel. So you will see that going as well. Chris, you want to talk a little bit about Scum really quick? Touch on it?
Yeah. No, after Islands of Nyne, we're going to go into Scum, which is a new open world survival game that's set to release pre-alpha, I think it is, in Q2 coming up here in 2018.
Yep. And then
after that,
well, the other game's Identity, which I don't think a lot of people have heard about. I challenged the chat to say, yes, I've heard of it, or no, I haven't. Because I don't think you guys have heard of this game. Let us know in the chat if you guys have heard of it before we talk any more about it. Because I want to see if you guys know. Somebody say TR Gaming? Was that Titanium Ranger? Oh, Titanium Ranger.
yeah, nobody's got their sub.
No, nobody's got the sponsors as well.
Over here. Yeah.
All the sponsor badges are like gone because, again, YouTube's now screwed everybody. So new channel.
What's a new channel? They won't have any of that here.
Nope. The only thing we really have is Streamlabs, I think. Well, no, we do have Streamlabs available for donating. That's really about it, guys. So no greens, no blues. We will add as the channel grows, but at this point, there's no point at this point.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see.
Things will get better.
Christmas call Scum? No. So yeah, nobody knows anything about Identity. So Identity is basically a new style of MMORPG. It's basically going to be an open world game again, where you can do anything you want. Just to give you a hint, you could be probably a model in a fashion show, which
I would think so. Yeah.
The two of us we turn down contracts on the daily.
I got no time for that.
You could be a cop and arrest people, but the people in the game, there is no AI. So that's as far as I'm going to get into it.
I think shop owners, I think there was some AI mentioned potentially in shop owners.
Yeah, but you can start your own businesses too.
Yeah, that's right.
So
I mean, hell, you'd be no.
We're going to start talking about it too much, I think. Yeah.
Put it all out there.
Seen a few other streamers play this, mostly the IGN guys. Talking about Identity or Scum? Yeah.
MMORPG, massive multiplayer online role-playing game. Nothing to it, man.
Yeah, Mustard Tiger. Massive. What'd you say again? Massive multiplayer open world game. Online role-playing game. So RPG is role-playing game. MMO is massive multiplayer online. So they're calling it an MMO RPG. So it's just next level anagram freaking BS going on right now.
Open world, but...
Is that like a fancy rocket launcher?
Yeah.
What are you guys? Cool. Are you guys shooting rocket appliances? All right, guys. So let's enough of the jibba jabba. Let's get back at it.
Let's roll into 9.
Yeah. So basically, if you guys haven't seen me play Islands of Nyne, it's a first-person battle-only Royale game. Currently in closed alpha. So it's alpha. It's not an open alpha. It's a closed alpha, which technically most alphas are closed. It's being developed for PC only, so no console releases. They're not expecting Xbox. They're not expecting PS4. It's going to be available through Steam. And from what they've said on their website, it's available, or it's been in development since 2015, which...
Oh, wow. So it's been a while.
Yeah, but here's my problem from playing the game. I read that yesterday. Oh, it's been in development since 2015. That had to have been cartoon doodles at that point, because the game is in alpha only now, and it's very alpha. Like, there's been better alpha release games. We talked about Hunt Showdown last week, right?
That's right, yeah.
Hunt Showdown is alpha. And that game is very well put together. There's some issues, but it's mainly server issues and graphics / frame rate issues, which it's because they won't allow you to turn down the graphics in the game, which is stupid.
I wonder if they just didn't have any serious financial backing, and so they've just slowly developed it for 2-3 years. So that's a possibility.
Yeah, and it's funny because you think, okay, it's been in development since 2015. What else has been in development since that point? PUBG.
Yeah.
Fortnite's been rolling for at least about a year to 2 years concept-wise. So this game's been developed probably about as long as PUBG, maybe a little less, because PUBG really came from Arma 3 and then developed into its own standalone identity once Bluehole brought in Player Unknown, which is the guy that wrote the mod for Arma 3. That was, I think, done like 2013, I want to say. 2012, 2013. So it's been around a little longer. But still, though, for say 3 years in development on Islands of Nyne, to not have it be as polished as most games are in alpha kind of sucks. But I think it is a smaller developer.
Okay.
I know you haven't seen this game quite as much as I have. I've had the experience of playing it, so I could speak a little more in depth on it. The issues, like I find right now, is launching issues. When you launch in, sometimes you have no controls. You just drop straight down. Sometimes you drop straight down and then you can run. Sometimes you drop straight down and you can't do anything. You literally just have to exit out, load back in. And it's only available on weekends to play on alpha so that they can do all the fixes during the week. Which I get, but they're not capturing everybody. They're missing out on a lot of people, because if they say they knew about these issues, they could roll out an update on the fly instead of 5 days off, or 4 to 5 days off, 2 to 3 days playing. It's really, you're not taking the time to really capture everybody, right? So this is definitely a game where you're going to see more streamers playing it at this point. And I've run into lots of streamers playing it and talked to them through it, right?
Yeah.
And that's where, like,
interesting concept of doing that.
Well, it is different. The graphics, though, the graphics in the game are insane. The accuracy of the guns is interesting, but what they failed to mention is it's humans on an alien world. So the aliens have brought humans there. They brought human buildings and human ruins to this island, and it's like a show. So once you survive, you go again. Is kind of the whole premise behind it. So, yeah. And
the aliens they're above watching. That's kind of the show aspect of it.
I think that's the show aspect of it. From what I've gathered, is it's kind of a show for these aliens on their planet. So it's like a televised almost event in a sense, really. I just want to see if there's any questions kind of going on with what we've talked about so far. Yeah, I don't think so at this point. So what we can do maybe is we'll roll into a little bit of the video of the game.
Yeah.
We'll watch that, and then we can just do a little bit of a talk about what we feel about the game, kind of what it looks like, and go from there really on it. So If you guys are ready, if you guys have no questions, we will get into the trailer and go from there, guys. So just hold on 1 second. Cue it up. And here we go.
Welcome to Islands of Nyne, Arena number 32. Players will begin new round in 30 Earth seconds. Good luck.
As he's eating, nice.
Player T753 has been eliminated. 72 players remain. Stage 2 plasma will begin convergence in 2 Earth minutes. The betting window is now closed. Please check wager board for player odds.
The drivability isn't in the alpha yet.
Okay.
That was something new I noticed.
Congratulations on your survival. Please stand by for next round.
You're going again.
Yeah, you survived.
That's
Please
too
stand
funny.
by for next round. So
Yeah.
yeah, so it's an interesting one. I think it has the potential to be. Well, I guess Crazy Gamer just brought that up, and I've said this to you guys on my stream. It has the potential. It does have potential to be a very good game. It's there. It just needs polishing and a lot of it.
Yeah.
It's a first-person only command or first-person only shooter.
Okay, I like that.
So there's no third person. There's none of that stupid peeking, any of that baloney. Mustard
that's
Tiger.
really neat.
Sorry,
Yeah.
you go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
So Mustard Tiger asks, there's no attachments like in PUBG. There is. So that video doesn't show everything. The best way to see the game, obviously, is stop by my channel, check it out. But there is attachments available. So you start off with iron sights like PUBG. You can get scopes, silencers. I haven't seen any extended clips, anything like that, vertical grips. I haven't seen any of that available yet. Pardon me. But like I say, it's an alpha game. So those are things that we as gamers, we as streamers are going to give them feedback and say, hey, love to see this added. Love to see that added. This doesn't play so well. Maybe that could go or be polished differently. The one thing I do have to say, though, and Chris and I were talking about this kind of a little bit before the show, PUBG is great. But one of the issues with PUBG is if I'm rocking in my backpack a 8x scope, a 4x scope, and a red dot extra, and I have a sniper rifle, and buddy's way closer than an 8x, or he's further than a red dot, and that's all I have armed, I can't quick swap. I have to tab, bring up the screen, drag it over, drop it. Meanwhile, there's gunshots going on, and 10 seconds later, you're dead, right?
Yeah.
So that's what I find annoying. So the beauty of Islands of Nyne and something they've added is quick swap. So your F1, F2, F3 keys now become your different scopes. So if I'm rocking my my AK-47 and I'm going down and I'm going to shoot a guy like pop, 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 kill him. I see a guy off in the distance. It goes pop, 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 pop.
Oh, that was an extra few rounds.
That was a guy behind me real close, right? So
yeah.
what I did is I turned around, pop, 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 got him, turned back around. There's a guy off like 200 meters out. I hit F2, bring up my 6x scope, bam, off I go. I don't have to go and tab into inventory and all this stuff, right? So
yeah, basically changing screens.
Yeah, changing screens, and you're taking your eye off the fight, which is not something you want to be doing. You want to have your eye on the fight at all times as much as possible. So the ability to quick swap scopes is something that I really like in the game, and I think a lot of other games are eventually going to pick up. And watch for it. I'm telling you guys right now, PUBG will have quick swap on their scopes by July is my best guess. By July, by summer, you'll see that option in PUBG. It will happen.
Would you say hot swapping?
Yes, but on the downstroke. So as you kind of just take over,
like,
and then you're back on this. Yeah.
If you're
like on a piston, like if you're trying to drive a piston up and down in an engine, and you're like, oh, my arm's sore, and then you take over, right? Like just on the downstroke though, it's never on the up, always the down. So,
but not like this direction.
No,
Only
pistons.
this?
Yeah, pistons like up and down, not side to side. Yeah.
Okay.
So.
So something I wanted to ask you was these. It said in the trailer 3 arenas.
Yes.
Is that basically stating 3 maps?
Yeah, essentially maps, but they're calling them arenas because of the alien world. So something else they said was the match will start in 30 Earth seconds. Yeah. So it's not on Earth. It's on a different planet at that point.
Yeah, okay.
Mike wants us to stroke it. Stroke it like a power stroke in my Ford, baby. 6.4 liters.
Isn't it a 6.2?
I don't know. Maybe they were 6.4s at one point.
Swear we need more chat to confirm I'm right.
Mustard Tiger says pistons are side to side in super juice. That's interesting. That's good to know. Still play Battlefield 1. What? We're not talking about Battlefield 1. All right.
Battlefield. What is that? Best Friend 1?
Yeah, best friend 1. Mike does say this game for all consoles. Titanium asked. Mike had answered, but yeah, it's only available for PC, guys. So definitely let us know at the end of the show at our Q&A period what you guys think about it. If you have any questions on it, but I will be playing this not this weekend because I'm away for a wedding, but following weekends as the game develops, you will see me playing it more and showing you guys more and more about the game with maybe some upcoming videos as well, which we may have some future videos on this channel about these games that we've talked about to date, episodes 1, 2, and 3. So watch for those, guys. The next thing we do want to talk about is a game called Scum. Now, Igloo Soldier knows a bit more about this game. I'm kind of the guy for Islands of Nyne. He's a little bit more the guy for Scum. He knows a bit more about it, so I'm just going to let him kind of control the conversation on this one and take it over from here. So if you want to talk a bit more on that, Igloo.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I came across Scum on YouTube, just happened to catch a trailer, and it was really, really interesting. It sounds like, obviously, it's an online, open world survival game where the objective at the beginning is to get out of jail. Now, once you get out of jail, don't quite understand it.
I think it looks like you're trying to survive other people.
Yeah,
other players,
other prison mates, or you're obviously going to be trying to survive from being captured outside of prison.
Yeah,
right. So you're going to need to learn survival when you're out there, and just the detail on this game is what really captured me.
Yeah,
they've seemed to have captured all aspects and made the game look really realistic. So that's the exciting part. It's still early, so we've only gotten a handful of videos covering some of the topics some of the what would you call it? Characteristics in the
characteristics of the game and graphics, things like that. Yeah.
Yeah, so how the weapons, how they've coded the weapons and vaulting and
but the big thing
the water.
Yeah, the big thing I found, you just said it right there, was the water. So most games, when you say PUBG, Islands of Nyne, Fortnite, list the game that has water. When you go into the water and you come out, you just keep running.
That's right.
It's like, oh, okay, cool. It was raining in PUBG for 20 minutes until the gunfight. I can run the same speed that I've always ran. What I've seen in Scum, and from what I can understand, and we talked about this a couple weeks ago when we first kind of learned about the game, there is, I don't know, what would you call it? Soakability? Maybe I'm creating a new term here. I don't know.
I like that because I'm drawing blanks.
Yeah.
Soakability is what we're going to go with.
Well, what is, you know what I'm trying to say, right?
So basically what they've captured in Scum, or what it looks like they're going to have for the release, is if you're outside in the rain and you're in, say, a plaid jacket,
yeah,
you're gonna come out of the rain or out of the water if you go for a swim wet and heavy and cold, just like you would in real life, right? So, rain gear will help you out in a rain situation. If you jump into a lake in rain gear, you're still going to be wet underneath. But,
but for rain.
Scum, Scum also or what they've developed is multiple layers in clothing and gear. So you can have, say, a wife beater, a t-shirt. You
could layer yourself for body
thin
heat.
Jacket.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. And then, a rain jacket on top. And you can take it off in layers, lay it by the fire. You can lay down gear in specific locations instead of just dropping right at your feet. You can place them in the real world. So you can lay out your gear near a fire to dry out once you've gotten everything wet.
See, and that's the thing. Yeah, there's the realism. You could start a fire and dry your stuff out once the rain stops.
Yeah.
If you go in warm water, Crazy Gamer, you're still going to get wet. You're just going to be warmer than it was. Like, the game is temperature sensitive on the environment, on the water, on if something's hot. If the fire's hot, you're going to burn yourself. That's the nature of it.
And even all the aspects that affect your ability for long range sniper shots.
Yeah, that's
incredible.
true.
They got everything.
Yeah, so long range sniper shot is going to be bullet drop, wind, humidity content. Well, if you're gonna make a 5-kilometer sniper shot, which most people won't, except for Canadian snipers, I thank you. Pretty sure the guy, when he made that shot, played this right after.
I could do this shit with no effort. I do this shit with no effort. I could do this shit with no effort.
Pretty sure he did that.
Yeah,
but
that's earbud.
Yeah. But yeah, so something like that is the curve of the earth. Like, if you were to make some stupid, insane shot, that would probably, I would have to say, with the way they're developing games, something like that would come into play as well. Curvature of the earth. So
yeah, they've captured everything that affects bullet trajectory in real life. It's just a matter if they're going to be able to get it right, or at least close, right?
At least workable, so that there can be fine tweaking.
That's right. Yeah.
Right. And that's the thing. Like, more and more people want realistic games, and this game is on an ultra realistic aspect. PUBG, you thought, oh yeah, PUBG is pretty realistic. This game is light years ahead of where PUBG is and ever will get to. PUBG won't get to this level. I can guarantee that. It never will be like this. PUBG is going to stay PUBG. They're going to update it. They're going to do tweaks. But as for the coding aspect of being able to write the code to do all this, it is so in depth that there's going to be not a lot of other games going this far into depth. I can't see it. I can't see it.
No, it's going to be interesting to see how long it's going to take them to really come out with a solid game. Is it going to be a 2-3 year project once it's released in alpha? And it's hard to say. I hope they come out with a lot of these characteristics and everything that they've got in their YouTube videos in the pre-alpha. So
yeah, and it's I don't know. It seems interesting. Like, I want to play this game.
Oh,
but is it going to be a game that becomes popular for streamers? Right?
I think it's going to be slow for that.
It's going to be a slow game. It's going to be more of an off-stream game where you do more video content and walkthroughs and tips and tricks than you do playing it on stream. Maybe for the first couple, get people familiar with it, but it's not like an everyday stream game. People will, but it's not going to be Fortnite.
No. And I mean, when you look at it, you've got the ability to pick certain assets for your player when you first join up, it sounds like. But you can develop into like a chubby player, a fit player, right? Advanced. There's so many different things. So you can tell the game is set up to play over a longer period of time, right? When you can develop your body and your skills in stealth and firing and so on, right?
So do you think there's going to be like a fitness aspect to it? Like, you have to train? Like, if you get lazy, you get fat?
Yeah, based on what you eat and what you do, absolutely.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a little bit of that in the video I put together. Not a heck of a lot, but you get an idea, right?
Yeah.
And weight affects your noise level in stealth, right?
That's
Which
right.
is all realistic stuff.
Yeah, the fatter you are,
just
the louder
nuts.
you are, breathing wise and
Yeah.
thudding on Mother Earth, causing
Thudding
earthquakes.
wise.
You know, the butterfly effect. You're a fat ass in North America, you're causing an earthquake on the other side of the world. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Butterfly effect.
Yeah, Mike, there's a bit of a trailer for
There is,
Scum,
yeah.
but we're going to go into a couple different videos, so we're going to cover all that for you.
Yeah, the big thing with the videos, guys, there's not a lot of videos. There's videos, but they're boring 10, 15-minute walkthroughs with a guy that I don't really enjoy his voice. You guys will hear some of it, but what we did is we took a mashup of all the best points I think we thought of.
That's out there, really. Yeah.
Yeah, and just mashed it up into about a 4.5-minute video. So what we're going to do is we'll roll into the actual Scum trailer from the developer. We'll watch it. Maybe there's some questions you guys want to have answered. Then we'll roll into the video. So if you guys are ready, I think I am ready. Let me just switch screens here. Too many buttons to worry about. Bam, bam.
Yeah.
There we go.
Buttons
there
for
we go.
days.
Buttons for days, baby. So there's the Scum trailer, guys. Let's get into her. Where's those drums, Chris? Bring me those drums. There, my fingers are sore.
Mike Silence.
I want to talk about this. That's me.
That was
But the blood aspect is cool too.
bear racing. Yeah.
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 So very short video, pre-alpha, not very much to see there, guys, but interesting
was,
little teaser.
very
I think.
early.
Very early, but you look at the blood, the punching.
Mm-hmm.
They showed how you could be skinny all the way to quite a bit chunkier.
You haven't skipped a meal.
You haven't skipped a meal in days.
Yeah. He could afford to skip a meal.
Hungry. But the one thing I find interesting, though, is the inertia system. Just to touch on that. Again, not very much talked about it from the developer, nothing but that little teaser. Most games, when you start running, stop running, it's instant. Boom, boom. You're started, you're stopped. In real life, it takes you a little bit to get going and a little bit to slow down. And that's what they're talking about with the inertia system, is bringing that realism in so that when you start running, it takes you 3 strides before you're up to speed, or 4 or 5, depending on weight and everything, which we'll show in the next video. And stopping, if you're bigger, it's going to take you a little longer to stop. So all of that factors into the game as well, which, like we've been talking about, brings in that ultra realistic aspect of the game, which is crazy to think about. Because most games I've ever played aren't to that level. It's just nuts.
I watched a bit more today too, and it's not included in the second video, but there was some talk about having third and first person perspective, but having it fair between the two.
Huh?
It's
depending on the
have to see it.
situation.
Yeah.
Like fighting, you would be first person,
it's
but
vague.
running, you'd be third person, maybe.
It's vague, but it sounds like they're working on having it fair for both perspectives. I don't know exactly what that means. There's not much on it, but
At the same
it
time,
could be interesting. Yeah.
see, I would think they'd have to go situational with that, and have it be situational, the same situation for the same view for everybody.
Yeah, to have it the same. Yeah.
Yeah, because we all know
My underst-
third person, PUBG for example, way bigger advantage than first person.
Yeah. Yeah. And if you get height, you're
Yeah.
gonna be hard to beat.
Oh, that's the thing.
Yeah.
That video didn't really show much on the shooting. Mike Farlow says bear racing. Now there's motivation.
Yeah.
Possibly. Yep. People like the bears racing.
The Bears Racings.
The Bears
Yeah,
Racings.
It's not only probably the AI they're going to have and the other players, but you've also got wildlife. And if you weren't set up to box, you could have turned around and blasted that bear and you'd had yourself dinner.
Well, the thing,
But
if
hey.
he's like this guy, you just blast him with your fist, bro.
Yeah.
Just saying. Just saying.
Yeah. It's
Confused him.
yeah. It's going to be really interesting. Q2's getting closer and closer, so.
Well, yeah, Q2 starts April, May, June. So,
Yeah.
you know, pre-alpha coming Q2, I think, is probably what it's going to be. Oh, pardon
Supposed
me.
to be, so
Or
we'll see.
early access, I guess. So, alpha.
Yeah.
So, it'll be interesting. I probably will try this game. Will I like it? Hard to say. But, again, the potential is there for a really good game and a well-thought-out game, I think.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So the next one we're going to get into, guys, is the game clips. So this is just some of the clips that Igloo threw together just to show you a bit more about the game. And we'll just get straight into it. It's about 5 minutes, guys. So grab some popcorn and enjoy.
Grab some poppycorn.
Some Pappy's corns. Mike will answer that question after this video, bro, about the
Popscorns.
inertia system.
This is a clip here where the guy is using his range, you can see in the top left, to pick up the distance on this bird.
228
And he's
meters
Yeah, he zeroes in his scope.
to 225.
Fetches himself dinner.
Yeah, so now the scope's range, so now he can shoot straight at it. And leads the shot a hair. And there she goes.
That's
Now-
that's part of your survival.
That's part of your survival, but now you got to go get the damn thing. The camouflage is
Pick out all the
interesting.
guys. Pick out all the guys and
Yeah,
camouflage.
show us all the
Make them
guys, because
count.
I don't see them.
Count them.
2. There's 2 guys. Oh, 3, 4, 5. Whoa. See, that camo was actually pretty nuts.
Yeah.
I could see the face of one guy, but that's it. That camo's nuts. That's got more camel than my toe.
Hi, my name's John Dick, here to explain how rifle and sniping skills work in
See, I hate
Scum.
this guy's voice.
Scum is an open-world survival game with a realistic approach to gameplay.
Shut
in
up!
Scum, you'll be able to create unique characters with different attributes and skill sets. In the current scene, you can see 2 different characters with different stats. The character on the left is a slim person with below-average strength attribute
he has a
and
gun.
maximum dexterity. The character on the right is suffering from accumulated
Smuggling
fatigue and
a gun in his
disease.
stomach.
Because of this, his strength
Accumulated
attribute has been
fatigue and
temporarily
disease.
reduced. His rifle skill has been influenced by his strength drop
Ah, see?
and thus has
He's
been
got-
reduced
what, he's
from
got
advanced to basic.
constipation?
This is
So he's got
actually a
diarrhea and
representation
fatigue.
of how metabolism
Yeah.
and external
Fatigue.
factors influence your character in the game. Now let's see what happens when these 2 guys meet.
See how slowly? Yeah, how much slower that
Nice.
guy is.
Boom.
Yeah. Oh, wetness. This
There's
is something all the
wetness.
ladies know about.
Wet.
It's easy to see that he's fully capable of surviving almost anything that nature can throw at him. The secret of his success is multiple layers of clothing that Scum supports. Each piece of cloth has important properties like heat insulation, armor, inventory
But you're
slots,
heavier.
and finally, there's a wetness property. All of these parameters are defined by material, meaning
Look
that
like
a
a balloon
flannel
with
shirt
wings.
will perform differently than a leather jacket. As you can see from the inventory perspective, there are groups of layers per body region. The top group is assigned to the character's head, the middle one covers the torso area,
So-
while the bottom part is for legs and feet. By stacking layers of clothing, you combine their parameters in the same way you would
just
do
don't wear
in real
socks.
life. When it comes to layered clothing, your grandma was right. It helps you to adapt to any weather condition possible.
Gam gam.
So how can you get wet in the game? The most obvious
There's
way
more
is
than
by
one way to
sweating.
get wet in the game.
While performing tasks, the body will heat up. In an attempt to cool you down, the body responds with perspiration. This kind of moisture is propagated from the inside out and also causes additional fluid loss or dehydration. The next way is the impact of the weather. To avoid getting wet in rain, try to find a dry spot fast, or wear at least some water-resistant gear. Being drenched in the rain during cold weather will impact immune system and your character will probably get sick.
Crazy. I forgot
Yeah.
there's sweat too.
Yeah, I like just everything.
Okay, let's cover the stealth skill now. The stealth skill is linked with the dexterity attribute, but it also depends on other factors.
Mike Farlow,
To determine
stop
the
staring at
final
his
level
ass,
of
bro.
noise that
I know
your
you
character
are.
makes, we first analyze the type and amount of gear your character carries. Then we take into consideration the movement and ground material type.
See
This
the
is
sound
the starting
changes?
point of the noise level calculations.
Definitely.
It's just nuts to me. Backpack, things jiggle. That's nuts. Quieter that
The
is.
next step is to factor in the overall weight of the character. Again, this system is
here we
fully dynamic, and
Uh-oh,
it's linked
jogging
directly with the
pants.
character's metabolism. All things that influence body mass are taken into consideration,
Whoa!
like fluid or food intake, for example. The
Slow
larger
down
the
there,
body,
Bubba
the more
Gump.
noise it will make.
He's got a tiny head.
Yeah. He has disease. Not funny. But that's 5 minutes gone like that. Wow. Actually,
That was quick.
I was starting to watch it more. I was like, yeah, okay, I could get into more of this.
Yeah, and there's still some characteristics that weren't covered in that video.
Yeah.
Those ones are really interesting.
Yeah.
Bubba Gump.
So, Mike, you said the inertia system in Scum will make the game more realistic, where it is recommended to balance the items that the character is carrying. The speed and movements will also depend on the character's weight. Exactly. That video pretty much summed up exactly what you said. That is 100% the truth. But yeah, it's definitely it's interesting. I guess that's my best word. What's your word to describe it?
Interesting works for me.
Okay, so just
like
ride on my coattails. That works.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah. It's got so many,
does.
realistic games is what I'm after. And this one seems to cover it. So we're going to see how it is when it releases. But as of right now, I'm definitely interested in playing it.
Yeah, it seems to cover it. Cautiously optimistic because games always look great in trailers. Battlefront 2 until you play them. So,
Yeah.
Destiny 2.
Star Wars.
So we'll see. We'll see how it plays out, guys.
Yeah, back off. You smoking?
You smoking some of that puff past me? So the next one we want to talk about, guys, is a game called Identity. Now, this kind of, I guess, plays off Scum a little bit. Really, Identity to me is more of a Sims / Grand Theft Auto game. That's really the best two games I could use to describe how this game will play out.
Yeah.
You actually put me onto this one, I think, Chris, right?
I just caught an ad actually on Facebook that had come up with this. And just that little bit of an ad I seen, I'm like, yeah, we got to look into this some more. So we did a little bit of digging, and we were both interested in it. And so that's why we're bringing it up today.
Yeah, the thing I find interesting about it is the fact that it's called Identity because pick it.
That's
You-
right.
you get
There's
to pick.
so many choices.
Yeah, if you want to go play paintball, you can go goddamn play paintball. If you want to open up a meth lab in a trailer like Breaking Bad, you can open
You
up a
wanna break
meth
some
lab in a
bad?
trailer like Breaking Bad and sell meth. Like it, honestly, we're probably gonna get like YouTube demonetized for that, but you can honestly do pretty much anything you want. If you want to be the guy to run around and gun people, you can do that. If you want to be the police officer, you can do that. You could be a police officer and arrest people. There's very limited to no AI in the game. It is all 100% player based. So if you're driving down the road and you're driving by people, those are actual people driving by you going the other way. The people you are arresting are actual other people who will then have to be in jail for X number of days, I would assume.
Oh yeah, and something else I heard too is the governments. You can be part of the government.
Yeah.
And you can vote in people.
Yep.
Right?
You
and
can
set
play the stock
taxes
market.
And, yeah.
You pay
It's
taxes.
wild.
Everything. You could be freaking Donald Trump, bro.
Minus the hair.
Well, what hair?
Hmm?
I still say it's a dog up there. It's a miniature teacup chihuahua with a very long haircut.
Crazy says, "Can I be rich or something?" You could be.
Yeah, you could
If
be
you
as
play your game right.
Yeah, you could be freaking Elon Musk rich. You could be Sir Richard Branson rich. You could be as rich as you want, man. You could be as rich as a hobo. You know,
Hobo can hobo.
the beauty of the game too is, yeah, okay, you could be rich, but on the flip side, what if you want to escape society and live off the land and be a hunter? You can be a hunter and hunt for deer, hunt for your food, sell, the skins and everything that you get from them as well for money. So it really, really interesting kind of style game.
And it seems to cover everything in the world again, realistically, right? So,
yes.
Yeah, like you said, you've got choices to be anything and do anything like you can now in the real world.
Yeah.
So, it's a digital version of the real world.
So Titanium, I'm not sure a release date. I just put a website down in the chat for you guys. This is Identity's website. So if you want to read into it more, maybe check and see, stay up to date on the actual game itself, you guys can, because we don't have a release date. The trailer we're going to watch is actually from 3 years ago. The trailer's from 3 years ago, and we still don't know that much more since that day 3 years ago. So it's been a long haul developed game because there's so much depth into it. So again, the theme of this, I guess, episode of H2 Esports is ultra realistic games, except for Islands of Nyne, where it's kind of realistic. You could see that happening in the future. But the last two things that we've talked about are ultra realistic games that just bring you and suck you into the game to where you're living life outside of your real life into these games. That's why games GTA 5 or games like Sims come into my mind trying to describe the last two games, because they're very similar to that aspect.
Yeah, it sounds like they're going to be releasing these modules, and they've got a module coming out on like social. It's a way to get into the game and get social with other people that are in the game as well. Really difficult to understand completely, but
you're talking like Facebook.
They're doing these. Well, no,
like Facebook for the game.
In the game, but maybe you're communicating with other players.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's like an early module. Then they'll probably add modules which will expand the game. So
I got you. Yeah, expand the game into like more aspects or whatever.
That's right. Yeah. And it's it says here, Identity takes place in a fictional land in eastern United States, inspired primarily by the Carolinas and Georgia. That's kind of interesting.
So lower East Coast, inland a little bit.
Yeah. The chosen location allows for a huge variety in terrain and environments. You'll encounter dirty cities, beautiful beaches, and farmland, snow-capped mountains, and everything in between. All of these areas are inspired by real locations in the United States, resulting in one of the most believable and immersive worlds found in any game. Ever. They left out the ever part.
But... Okay, this is the one that gets me, because how big is PUBG? 8 square kilometers?
I think it was, 8. Yeah.
So 8 square kilometers, and that's a pretty damn big map, right? Like, to me, 8 square kilometers, that's a long way to run around an island.
To run when you're... Yeah.
And to live, right? Like, that's... 8 square kilometers is actually a pretty big area, especially for a video game.
Yes.
This game, they're expecting the world to be approximately 200 square kilometers.
So learn all the buildings there.
Like, yeah. Okay, you want to go vacation on the coast, because you could probably take a vacation from work. You might have to drive 60 to 100 kilometers to get to the coast. Yeah. Like that blows me away. 200 square kilometers is huge for a map.
Go up a little bit there. It says, traveling throughout the land on foot could take a long time. So you'll find highways, roads, and trails to help you along. For those who haven't purchased a vehicle or bicycle, training stations are located throughout the land.
Yes, you can take a train, but you're going to have to pay for it.
Yeah, so you best be having a job or shaking a cup for some pocket money.
I'll shake down a mother... But yeah, I mean, there's jobs and careers. So you could be a SWAT officer, play the stock market, be a lawyer. I'm sure there's going to be like just everything. Like basically, it becomes a full VR immersive world. Which, if they brought this out into VR, would be crazy.
So I wonder how they're going to load in a 200 square kilometer map if you're just going to, move for a while and then have to pause and load.
The games are getting better where they won't have to do that. I mean, look at GTA 5, right? GTA 5 is big and there is no loads.
Okay.
And GTA 5 is a lot bigger than 8 square kilometers, I think, if I'm correct. I think. Let's find out.
Let's go to the Googles. Come on, somebody beat BK to it. What's the size of the GTA 5 map? Go.
Okay, Grand Theft Auto 5 is 81 square kilometers.
Ooh.
81 square kilometers. So that gives you an idea. This is over 2 times bigger than the map in Grand Theft Auto. So you guys know how long it takes you to get around on that one, going at well over the speed limit, which in this game will get you pulled over.
The son of the police.
So yeah, I mean, you can start corporations like shipping freight. You can start a freight shipping business. There's just, it's crazy, man. I'm sure you could hire hitmen to take other people's businesses out. That would be kind of cool, actually. Be a hitman on the identity dark web. Ooh, dude.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Sells the marijuana.
Maybe that's what we got to do. Be hitman on there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Go to the store, buy all black.
Exactly. Yeah. So we're going to get into a 2.5-minute video, guys, on identity. And we'll answer some questions after and just roll into our Q&A period and see what you guys think about that. So let's get into the trailer on identity. And that's not Asylum, it's Asylum. I know, yeah, it plays out on the Unreal 4 engine. Which
I'm veteran game developer John Vanderswet, and I'm excited to show
What's
you
up,
today
Ghost
what
Lad
we've
Tim?
been
Good to see you
working
on
on for
Twitch.
the last few months in absolute secrecy. Identity is an MMORPG that's unlike any other you've ever played. It's not based on levels or skill progression. It's based on you, your character, and what you want to do with it.
Exactly.
Identity is all about giving absolute freedom in a world that's full of other people and fun things to do. We've gotten rid of most of the
Sims,
AI
right?
and replaced it with people. It's people who are driving down the street, and it's people who run for governor. It's people who play as police officers and fight crime. You'll find sports, car racing, paintball matches, and more others than I have time to list. And if living off the land is your sort of thing, you can make a pretty good living hunting or fishing. Identity is all about the freedom to do what you want to do when you want to do it. While Identity is an MMORPG
Twitch
in most
icon.
ways, we're going to be offering you the option to rent your own servers too.
That's cool.
So if you want a different, more specialized style of gameplay than our official servers have, such as maybe hardcore role-playing or some kind of like endless action, server operators are going to have control over hundreds of features to customize what they want.
Your Watertown, the suspect in custody. Nobody's coming the perimeter. It's still a hot scene. 10-4.
If you're somebody that likes to take the quiet route, you can form a business and play the market, or you could take the other way. You could become a criminal, you could rob people, you could rob banks, you could steal cars. Everything is open for player interaction.
It's crazy, man.
The land identity is enormous with all sorts of landscapes from cities, farms, and wilderness. There really is so much more I wish I could show you with this, but we've only just gotten started here.
It just looks so open.
It looks.
You could do anything.
It looks nuts. Like,
Oh god.
can he be a baseball player? Frick. They said
Probably.
sports. They said sports. So I would have to assume, probably going to include the best sport in the world that we absolutely dominate at, hockey. I would have to assume that would be
knitting?
there.
Oh.
I mean, any Canadian that's playing the game is absolutely going to rip you apart out in the ice.
Yeah.
It's probably going to be baseball. I would have to assume football, maybe basketball. Maybe those 3 sports. or 4 sports. Well, 3 because it's basketball. But it's going to include some sports. I don't know what. Again, this is from 3 years ago, and that's about all we know still.
I wonder if they're going to have puck bunnies.
Got to get them pucks bunnies, boys. But that's that's kind of what we're talking about there, guys. So
it's kind of cool that he loaded up the laptop and was going to what looked to be like Twitch. So it's almost like you could stream in game as you're streaming in real life.
Yeah,
so
almost. Hey.
Yeah.
I forgot our chat overlay set up for the other guy.
What?
Don't you make me come over there?
What? Back up off me. Back up off me.
Just gonna. Gotta have a little fun. Gotta travel the world there. Gotta travel the world. Gotta see the other views, right?
Gots to see it.
But yeah, I mean, this basically opens up the Q&A section of the show, guys. So if you guys have any questions, maybe some answers for something that we questioned you guys earlier, please feel free to drop them in the chat like it's hot. And we definitely want to know what's going on, guys. Okay, so Mike Farlow says, found this. A fully functional karaoke bar. The karaoke bar is full of absolutely terrible singers and a few decent ones. So basically any karaoke bar. Thanks for the heads up on that. What else do we got? Whether you're talented or horrible as the Asylum team, karaoke with a bunch of other players is always fun and usually hilarious. I think singing karaoke with other players in the game would be nuts. I think it would just be cool.
It sounds like when you talk through your microphone in the real world, what you say is going to come out of your character, out of your character's mouth.
Well, you hope it's
set it up.
Yeah.
And you've set it up to have their lips move to what you say as well. Like that's how detailed they're getting.
I wouldn't say full lip movements,
but it moves.
You're getting a whole lot of this.
When it should be this.
Should be this.
But
So
yeah.
zip it.
That looks cool though. So, it's gonna hopefully the audio is gonna sound like you can actually tell where people are based on when they're talking, right?
Yeah.
Instead of just a noise in your headset that's coming from anywhere. So
yeah, exactly. Crazy Gamer says, I honestly can't wait till this game. This is the next big game, I guarantee you. Well, it will be a big game. It's just sheer size of the download, I would have to assume.
Could you imagine?
Does it become the next Sims? Probably. I would see a lot of streamers on probably more so Twitch because Sims is more popular on Twitch. But I could see that being a big Twitch streamed game where somebody would tune in and play this for 6 hours straight like they're living life like normal,
6 hours only gets you 3/4 of the way through a workday.
I don't know. Is that ultra realistic in there? Like, do you have to work at a factory for 9 hours? I don't know.
You sit there clicking left button, click right button for friggin' 12 hours a day.
Exactly. And here's the big thing too, guys, is just because we covered these doesn't mean we're going to forget about the games. There will be other episodes where we bring some of these games back up and let you guys know, give you guys highlights, updates on what we know, release dates. Maybe there's a new trailer and it's like, dude, we got to check it out. So we definitely will talk more about Islands of Nyne, Scum, and Identity more in the future, guys. So Mike says, as it gets more populated, server load is going to be nuts. Probably guarantee that without a doubt.
Hopefully not. Yeah, hopefully not.
But traditionally,
that's
the way
big game and a lot of people.
the way games go nowadays, they generally crash. Fortnite.
PUBG.
Fortnite on a Sunday. Got something on my face.
PUBG any day of the week.
PUBG any day of the week. Apparently, it's getting better. Yeah. We are going to play that tonight, though. I think, right?
Yes, there's going to be Pubs of the G's tonight.
So I'm going to take about 20 minutes off after the show, guys. Get my stream set up, and we're going to come back with some PUBG. So definitely looking forward to seeing you guys on there. If nobody else has any questions, though, I think this kind of wraps up the show, Igloo, if you have anything else to add.
No, that about sums it up.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see these games come out, the Identity and Scum.
Yeah.
And we can talk about them some more and hopefully play them and show you guys what they're all about.
That would be the interesting cool would be to play it as a crime to get money from government. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, you can totally
hackers
do
in
that.
the game. Frick, there could be, man. There definitely could be. I could see that happening for sure. But
hackers.
yeah, guys, we want to keep the shows to about an hour, hour and a half, somewhere in that range. Maybe some days we do a special 2-hour stream. Maybe some days we do a little bit longer. Maybe we play a game and have that up top here. I don't know. Maybe a split screen. Things we're going to work on in the future. We will get around to starting a Discord channel. We will get some more Streamlabs things set up. So if you guys want to donate, if you want to do jump scares, Mike, things like that, we will get more of in the future, guys. So definitely feel free to drop us any information. Follow us on Twitter. I think we got Facebook, we got Instagram as well, but Twitter's our big one, guys. I'm at RealThinkCalb. You are
Igloo Soldier.
at Igloo Soldier, and we are at H2 Esports. So make sure you guys check us out at H2 Esports at the very least. Give us a like, guys. We will be out of here. We will play Get Out, Mike. We will play Get Out for sure.
Yeah.
But
yeah. Friends, tell your mom. Crazy.
Tell your mom about us. Mainly him.
Make sure you hit the bell notification on
there you
YouTube
go.
So you can be notified when we go live.
That's the big thing, guys. I know not all of you have done it, so make sure you hit that notification button. Give us a sub on YouTube and a follow on Twitch. I'm the Black Knight signing off. Appreciate you guys. Love you guys.
Igloo Soldier out. Thanks for coming by, guys. See ya.
Later, everybody.